Dear students, today we are going to discuss about hard water, soft water and removal of hardness in hard water. So yesterday we completed preparation and properties of water. Now we are going to discuss about hard water. So first, know the meaning of hard water. So hard water contains metal ions in water molecule. If we have heavy metal ions, we call the water as hard water, which is not used for drinking purpose, right? So usually two metal ions will be common in hard water: calcium as well as magnesium. So these two metal ions are common in hard water. So calcium 2 plus as well as magnesium 2 plus. So these two metal ions will be present in water in the form of soluble salts. They are completely soluble in water. So calcium can exist as calcium bicarbonate or calcium chloride or calcium sulfate, as well as magnesium will be existing as soluble salts like magnesium bicarbonate, magnesium chloride as well as magnesium sulfate. So these soluble salts in water is making the water unfit for drinking purpose. So this is hard water. Along with calcium as well as magnesium cations, some other metal ions also present in water in certain areas, not in all areas. In certain areas, along with calcium as well as magnesium cations, ferrous, aluminum as well as manganese. So all these cations can also be present. Soft water means if a water free from calcium, magnesium as well as iron, aluminum, magnesium. So water free from these salts or water free from these cations, we call them as soft water. So which can be used for drinking purpose. Next, the presence of a metal ion in water, that means a hardness of water is of two types: temporary hardness as well as permanent hardness. One by one we will discuss. First, a temporary hardness is nothing but the cation will be present in the form of bicarbonate, so soluble bicarbonate. For example, calcium bicarbonate as well as magnesium bicarbonate is present in the water. We call the hardness as temporary hardness, right? So cations will be in the bicarbonate form. Then permanent hardness means calcium as well as magnesium cation will be present in the form of chloride as well as sulfate. Calcium chloride, calcium sulfate, as well as magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate. So these four salts present in the water, we call the hardness as permanent hardness. So presence of calcium and magnesium in the water is classified into two categories: temporary hardness as well as permanent hardness. If calcium and magnesium is present in the form of soluble bicarbonate, we call this as temporary hardness. If calcium and magnesium cations present in the form of soluble chlorides and sulfates, we call the water as containing permanent hardness. Next, removal of hardness. How to remove temporary hardness in water? Simply we boil the water. So when water is boiled simply followed by filtration process, we get pure water, right? So consider the following reactions. The hard water contains heavy metal ions, calcium as well as magnesium in the form of bicarbonates. So calcium bicarbonate as well as magnesium bicarbonate is present in water in the form of soluble one, right? So we cannot easily distinguish the soluble salts from the water. So this is soluble one. Now we are going to boil the water. So during this process, the soluble bicarbonate will become insoluble calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate. So these carbonates are insoluble in nature, will be settled at the bottom as a precipitate. Right? So during the heating of hard water, soluble bicarbonates will become insoluble carbonate. So calcium carbonate as well as magnesium carbonate is formed along with the liberation of water as well as carbon dioxide. The formed magnesium carbonate is combining with water again, it forms insoluble magnesium hydroxide. So these are all the reactions taking place during the boiling of hard water. Insoluble carbonate as well as hydroxide will be formed as a precipitate at the bottom. Then we do filtration process. During filtration, all these insoluble salts can be removed. Now hardness is removed by a simple boiling method. So temporary hardness can be removed by boiling the hard water followed by filtration. So this is first method. Second method is called Klux method. So two more questions. In Klux method, instead of heating or boiling the hard water, we just add lime. Lime is nothing but calcium hydroxide. Right? So with hard water, we are going to add calcium hydroxide in a calculated amount based on how much amount of hard water is taken. Based on that, we add calculated amount of calcium hydroxide. As usual, soluble bicarbonate will be converted into insoluble carbonates as well as hydroxides. Right. So when calcium hydroxide is added with hard water containing soluble calcium bicarbonate as well as magnesium bicarbonate, all these will be converted into insoluble calcium carbonate as well as insoluble magnesium hydroxide. Then doing filtration process, this can be easily removed. So this is Klux method of removing temporary hardness. So two methods can be adopted to remove temporary metal ions present in the form of bicarbonates. So this is called a temporary hardness. So one is boiling the hard water. Then second one is Klux method. Next one, removal of permanent hardness. As I said already, calcium as well as magnesium will present in water in the form of soluble chloride as well as a sulfate. We call this as permanent hardness. So two methods can be adopted to remove the permanent hardness. One is addition of washing soda, another one is ion exchange method. Right? So this is a two more question. How will you remove permanent hardness by using washing soda? Consider the symbol for soluble salts, chloride as well as sulfate. So MCl2, which represents what? Metal chloride. M represents metal. So any one metal ion. So it may be calcium as well as magnesium. Right? So in hard water, calcium as well as magnesium can exist in the form of soluble chlorides. Calcium chloride CaCl2 or magnesium chloride MgCl2. So general formula we have taken MCl2. As well as calcium and magnesium cation can exist in the form of soluble sulfate. M represents metal ion. So it may be calcium sulfate CaSO4 or magnesium sulfate MgSO4. So general formula is represented as MSO4. So we have metal chloride as well as metal sulfate in hard water, which is responsible for permanent hardness in water. So now we are going to add washing soda. Washing soda is nothing but sodium carbonate, right? So with hard water, we are going to add washing soda, sodium carbonate. Calcium chloride or magnesium chloride is present. It combines with sodium carbonate. So soluble calcium chloride or magnesium chloride combines with sodium carbonate, it forms insoluble carbonate, calcium carbonate or magnesium carbonate with the liberation of sodium chloride. Next, if the cation is present in the form of soluble sulfate, calcium sulfate or magnesium sulfate, which combines with washing soda, sodium carbonate, it forms insoluble calcium carbonate or magnesium carbonate with the liberation of sodium sulfate. So all these insoluble precipitates can be removed by filtration process. So this is the removal of permanent hardness using washing soda. Next one, an important 5-mark question. How will you remove permanent hardness using ion exchange method? So in ion exchange method, now we are going to use ion exchange beds or ion exchange columns. So water molecule will be passed into the ion exchange beds or ion exchange columns. In the beds, there will be a substance called zeolite, right? So during the removal of hardness or during the softening of hard water, we have ion exchange bed, so which contains the substance zeolite, or we have ion exchange columns which contains resin, right? Ion exchange resins. So water molecule will be passed into the ion exchange beds containing zeolites or ion exchange columns containing ion exchange resins. So first we have to know what is the compound zeolite. Zeolite is like an inorganic polymer, right? So it forms a substance called hydrated sodium aluminosilicate. So zeolites are the compounds which are nothing but sodium aluminosilicates in the form of hydrates, right? So hydrated sodium aluminosilicates are called zeolites. The general formula is given. This is the general formula of zeolite. So it contains sodium oxide, aluminum oxide, X molecules of silicon dioxide, Y molecules of water. So this is a hydrated salt. Water molecule is present, so this is hydrated salt. So hydrated sodium aluminosilicate is called zeolite. General formula NaO, Al2O3, X molecules of SiO2, Y molecule of H2O. So in zeolites, which will be the different number of silicon dioxide as well as number of hydrated molecules. That means number of water molecules will be different. There will be 2 to 10 molecules of silicon dioxide in the zeolite, or 2 to 6 molecules of water molecules can be present in the zeolites. So when we take different zeolites, number of silicon dioxide as well as number of water molecules will be different. So this is zeolite compound containing many pores. Pores means holes. So within the zeolite, there will be many small holes. So within that holes, metal ion sodium, Na plus, right? So the metal ion Na plus is loosely attached. So when you observe this ion exchange bed containing zeolite, the zeolite has many pores. So within the pores, the sodium cation is attached in a loosely bounded manner, so which can be easily replaced by other metal ions. So in sodium oxide, we have Na plus and oxygen 2 minus. This Na plus cation is loosely bounded in the pores of zeolites, which can be easily replaced by some other metal ions. Now we are going to use ion exchange beds containing zeolite for removing the heavy metal ions in the hard water, right? So what is the formula for zeolite? Simply we denote zeolite as Na2Z. So Z represents zeolite, the sodium cations are attached in the pores of zeolite in a loosely bounded manner. So simply zeolites are represented as Na2Z. Then we pass water molecule. So heavy water is passed into the ion exchange beds containing zeolite. As I said, this Na plus can be easily replaced. So metal ion replaces sodium cation in the zeolite. So when water is passed, the metal ions present in the water. So metal ions present in the water as soluble chloride as well as a sulfate. So these calcium 2 plus or magnesium 2 plus metal ions replaces Na plus in the zeolite. So it occupies the position of Na plus in the pores of zeolite. So when when hard water is passed into the ion exchange beds, the metal ion Na plus is replaced by calcium 2 plus or magnesium 2 plus. So we get a zeolite containing calcium or magnesium. So until all Na plus ions are replaced by other metal ions, the process will continue. So when we pass hard water into the ion exchange beds, all the Na plus ions in the zeolite pores will be replaced by calcium 2 plus and magnesium 2 plus ions. So until all Na plus is replaced, the process will continue. If the process is over, what we say, the zeolite is completely exhausted, right? Once the zeolite is completely exhausted, that means if all Na plus ions are replaced by calcium or magnesium ions, the zeolite can be regenerated. Regeneration means the zeolite should contain again Na plus ion. So zeolite can be regenerated. For recycling process, we have to add sodium chloride. So after passing hard water, you just take ion exchange bed containing zeolites. Now zeolite contains calcium or magnesium ions in the pores. So to regenerate zeolite, we add sodium chloride solution. Again, the heavy metal ions like calcium as well as magnesium is replaced by Na plus. So Na2Z, zeolite is regenerated again by the addition of sodium chloride with the ejection of metal chloride, right? So the soluble calcium 2 plus as well as magnesium 2 plus will be settled as chlorides. Calcium chloride and magnesium chloride will be settled. So we have regenerated zeolite, and again we can use it for removal of permanent hardness. So it can be recycled. Zeolites can be recycled. Okay, so this is the removal of permanent hardness using ion exchange beds containing zeolites. For that, what we have to do? Hard water is passed into the ion exchange beds containing zeolites. So in zeolites, we have small pores in which Na plus ions are present in a loosely bounded manner. If hard water is passed, the Na plus is easily replaced by metal ions. So it becomes zeolites containing calcium as well as magnesium ions in the pores with the liberation of cation. Once, if zeolite is exhausted, we can add sodium chloride to regenerate zeolite with the liberation of calcium chloride or magnesium chloride. So you can observe the diagram. So this is called zeolite, right? So we have cavities or pores. The green color represents pores in which sodium ion is attached in a loosely bounded manner. When hard water is added, so when hard water is passed over the ion exchange beds containing the zeolites, the metal ion Na plus is replaced by calcium or magnesium ion, right? So you can observe the violet color. So the pores in which Na plus ion is attached is replaced by calcium as well as magnesium. So this process is called removal of hardness in hard water, right? So continuously when we pass hard water, so all the Na plus ions will be replaced by calcium or magnesium ions. So all the zeolites will be completely exhausted. So once zeolite is exhausted, we can regenerate it by adding what? Sodium chloride. So with zeolite containing calcium and magnesium, if we add sodium chloride, the zeolite can be regenerated containing Na plus ions by forming calcium chloride as well as magnesium chloride. So this is the removal of heavy metal ions in hard water using zeolite in ion exchange bed. So as I said, instead of ion exchange beds containing zeolite, we can use columns containing ion exchange resins. Resins are organic molecules, so they are like polymers or rubbers. We can consider this polymer. So now consider this resin. So this is an organic molecule. In resins, we have sodium metal ion, right? We have sodium metal ion. So in the resin, we have 4 sodium metal ion which is attached with oxide ion. When we pass hard water into the column containing ion exchange resins, the sodium ion is replaced by metal ions present in the hard water. So calcium or magnesium will replace this Na plus ion, so it occupies the position of Na plus. So thereby heavy metal ions are removed from water. So this is the removal of permanent hardness using ion exchange resins. Now 4 Na plus ion is replaced by 2 calcium ion, because calcium is a bivalent one, calcium 2 plus, but sodium is a monovalent, Na plus, right? So to have a neutral one, 4 Na plus ion is replaced by 2 calcium ion. So calcium 2 plus is making a bond with 2 oxide ions. Calcium 2 plus is making a bond with 2 oxide ions, ionic bond. So this is the usage of column containing ion exchange resin to remove permanent hardness in water. Right. So resin containing 4 metal ion, Na plus, when hard water is passed into the column, the Na plus ion is replaced by 2 calcium ions, thereby metal ions are removed from water. So this is the softening of hard water. Right. So we will revise. So hard water is nothing but a water containing calcium as well as magnesium ions present in the form of soluble salts like bicarbonates, chlorides as well as sulfates. So calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate. So all these are responsible for making a water as hard water, along with calcium as well as magnesium ion. In certain areas, iron, aluminum as well as manganese ions are also present. Soft water is a water which is free from the metal ions. Next. Hardness of water is of 2 types, temporary hardness and permanent hardness. Temporary hardness is nothing but water molecule contains calcium as well as magnesium in the form of soluble bicarbonates. If calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate is present in the water, we call the water as hard water containing temporary hardness. If water contains calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate as well as magnesium sulfate, then the hardness is called permanent hardness. Next, how to remove hardness? A removal of temporary hardness by boiling. So simply, when we boil the hard water, the soluble bicarbonates will be converted into insoluble carbonates as well as hydroxides, so which can be easily removed by filtration process. Second method of removing temporary hardness is Klux method. So here we will add calculated amount of calcium hydroxide with hard water. So all the soluble bicarbonates will be converted into insoluble carbonates as well as hydroxides. Doing filtration, we can easily remove this. Permanent hardness can be removed using washing soda as well as ion exchange method. So when washing soda is added, the soluble chlorides as well as the sulfates of calcium and magnesium will be converted into insoluble carbonates, calcium carbonate as well as magnesium carbonate, which can be removed by filtration process. So in ion exchange method, we have ion exchange beds containing zeolites, and we have a column contains ion exchange resins. So hard water is passed into this. Heavy metal ions can be converted into zeolites with calcium and magnesium ions, or resins with calcium and magnesium ions. Thereby, we easily remove the metal ions. Right? So first we have to know what is zeolite. So zeolite is a hydrated sodium aluminosilicate containing a different number of molecules of silicon dioxide as well as water molecules. So zeolite contains pores in which sodium cation is attached in a loosely bounded manner. So when hard water is passed into the ion exchange beds containing zeolites, so Na plus ion is replaced by metal ions Ca2 plus as well as Mg2 plus. So by this method, we can remove Na plus ions, right? So if zeolite is completely exhausted, we can regenerate it by passing sodium chloride. So this is ion exchange method. When hard water is passed into the zeolites, Na plus is replaced by calcium 2 plus or magnesium 2 plus. If completely zeolites are exhausted, then we have to regenerate by the addition of sodium chloride. Then further, zeolites can be recycled for removing permanent hardness in water. Instead of zeolites, we can use resins in the form of columns. So in column, we take ion exchange resins. They are organic molecules like polymers, so which contains Na plus ions. When hard water is passed into the resins, Na plus ion is replaced by calcium. So 4 Na plus ion is replaced by calcium 2 plus ion. Thereby, calcium as well as magnesium ions are removed. So this is the removal of permanent hardness in hard water. So with this, today's session over. Tomorrow we will go for compounds like heavy water as well as hydrogen peroxide. Thank you.